Hello everyone and welcome to Driven Mad.
Now, we think we're doing an interesting one today. So we've bought ourselves these Ziarelli mud powers for our Panda 4x4. So we've got one set on yours.
Yes.
Mine's still on the road tyres that it came with, which aren't these, but these came off your one. We kept these. We kept the two fronts because they're as good as new. These are Goodyear. Mine are...
Yours are Econ X.
Econ X.
And Contex or something.
They were put on before I bought it.
Yes.
And they were put on brand new. So they're only 3,000 or 4,000 kilometres old. But they're we would describe them
a budget tyre.
We assume they're a budget tyre. We don't know what they are. But I think, like us, if you've got a Panda 4x4 or a Suzuki or something on a smaller scale 4x4, you must have considered putting these sexies on.
You must have, and these are the only ones really we could find. Obviously you get the Latitude Cross and we've had Semprits as well.
Yes.
But they're nothing like these.
These are sexy
these are monsters.
We are loving these.
Yeah, and we've gone for the 175, 65, 15s because here in Portugal we can't change the size. And also, we physically couldn't without a lift kit. And
it's already rubbing.
It's already touching. So these are as big as we can get. We didn't expect them to be as big as they are. So if we got the tape measure out, we can see.
So as you can, there's a good visual representation.
Because they're both the same tyre.
Yeah, the
same dimensions as
they're
such.
about 600, and that's about 620.
Yeah. So we've got 20mm height difference, and you can certainly see it in the arches.
And it slightly rubs as you go around the bend. We're not bothered.
No, we're not bothered. I mean, mine's just going to hopefully get some good videos off road. So that's what we've gone for.
Once these wear a little bit, it is just a rubbing.
It is. It's
now,
not much.
All we can tell you so far, we're going to do a brake test with them in a minute, and so far they make a funny noise.
They do. They make a whine, sort of a whirring noise, but I quite like it.
And we quite like it. Yeah. And then you've been on the motorway. And it disappeared, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it didn't get any louder, so it sort of just faded away with the engine noise and wind noise.
Yeah, because the Pandas aren't
they're not
quiet. So we can only discuss Pandas at this stage.
Yeah.
So as far as the width is concerned, it's about 180 millimetres we're in. That's about 175, so they seem a bit narrower.
Yeah, I suppose they don't have the rounded edge. They're very square tyres.
And these have been on, so they're probably a little bit changed. So our test today is we're using a phone. We're obviously going to be using different cars, but theoretically they're identical.
Yeah. Decibels, vibration, and brake test.
Yes. So the brake test outside, we're just going to do a 50 and 70
kilometres an
hour.
Yeah.
We'll do the noise and we'll flip those up somewhere. What's your gut feeling? Because these feel...
You can almost move the tread with your fingers. They're so soft.
Yes, they're really soft. So we don't know what wear's going to be like. When they went on, it's hard to describe this, but from the seat of your pants, it's a bit like being on a motorbike or a cruising motorbike. When you go around a corner, there is this little, hard to describe, lean, and you can feel the tyre
rolling.
lean. Yeah. And we've got used to it. First time we were a bit nervous, but we've now got faster and faster around the corners, and we haven't really. It's not slowed.
No, it's not really.
Us down.
No. But I think brake test, I would say 50 kilometres an hour, they're going to be nigh on identical. 70 maybe a foot or so, because they're a bit heavier, a bit bigger.
Well, we're going to do it in the dry. Hopefully in the afternoon it's going to rain and we'll get wet and dry. My gut is that they're so soft, I actually think they're going to, in the dry, because it's quite rough tarmac out there.
True.
I think, like you, it's going to be very close. I'm even going to put 50 cents on them being
better.
Minor.
Right.
And then on the longer one, yes, I think they're going to be worse.
I think it's just down to the weight.
Much.
No, I don't think much. So let's get...
Because we're spoiled here because we've driven them both.
Yes.
And I haven't really noticed a lot of difference.
No, absolutely. So let's get outside and do the brake test.
Right, so these are the tyres that came on my car. So the cars are pretty well identical, bar I've got a much squeakier clutch. I do. I've not really noticed that.
No, the pedal's really squeaking today.
I suppose the music's normally death guitar popper banging so loud I can't hear it. But I've always liked the drive of the Panda. I think they're certainly not quiet, but they're pretty smooth and fairly compliant. So we're going to are we doing now? Sorry, I'm going to have to give it all in kilometres, but we're doing just over 55 kilometres down a steep hill. And what we're going to do is we're going to go along the dual carriageway here in both vehicles, and we're going to do some noise tests on your phone, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, so I'm going to put my phone on the floor so it can be accurate in both cars, because obviously if I'm holding it, we won't get any vibrations.
No.
So I'm going to put it on the floor, and then we'll
lose
measure.
You, because we haven't got 5 sets of hands.
No, so we'll have to measure that, and we can't talk whilst we're doing the test, because otherwise we'll be louder than the car.
Anyway. Right, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Right, well, we're now out in my Panda with the gold wheels with the new tyres on.
That's a little bit of rubbing.
That's a little bit of plastic.
Don't worry, that's going to wear off.
Yeah. That's a little bit of plastic.
And the driving characteristics are interesting, so we'll come on to that, I think, at a later date. Let's concentrate on the noise, because there is some. So, from just sitting in it and driving it, you wouldn't really know, would you, that you've got the big gold tyres on till you go around a corner.
Yes, and you hear the whine.
And now you get the whine.
But I quite like that.
I quite like it too, so you can definitely hear them.
Right, the results are in. Now, the 50 km/h test and 70 km/h test are exactly the same results. The left is the road tyre, the right is the mud tyre. You can see the average decibel is around 5 decibels louder in the mud terrain. Not a surprise, as you could clearly hear them through the cabin of the car. Now, moving on to the vibration meter, you can see it's almost double. It's a lot more bumpy according to my phone. How accurate this is, we do not know, but personally, before this, we thought they would be smoother, so we're surprised by this result. But the data shows the facts, and it is almost double as bumpy, which is a surprise. But let's move on to the brake test and see how they perform.
Our test is going to be from the yellow line. He's going to come round, these are the standard tyres, and we're going to do a 50 kilometre stop, and it's as good as dry-ish. And then he's going to do a 70 kilometre stop, and then we'll swap and do the Ziarelli tyres. Impressive.
That's a lot quicker than I thought.
I stopped much quicker than I expected. 70 kilometres an hour. That looks quite fast from here.
I struggled to get the 70 there.
Did you? God, it looks so fast.
It feels so fast.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Best of luck. I'm moving you because this could be quite, I don't think you'd see anything. Oh God. Jesus, wept. Oh, well, I'm going to have a go, I think. Let me do this one first. I'm only going to do 70 because it's more exciting.
I'll give you the mic.
Whoever he is.
That's so far.
No, that can't be right.
3 cars difference. Well, I'm keeping the camera there because I'm confident in what I did. Dad's just gone off in the Piggy Panda with the mud terrain tyres because he doesn't quite believe. He saw what I did and I did brake on the line, but he doesn't quite believe that it's, I don't know, a bus length difference. So let's see how it performs with Dad behind the wheel.
Sorry, I can't sit.
Now, you took a bit of the tape off there, so that was a bit early. Maybe I was a bit late. But all we can say is, even if it was early, you're still a good Luton van distance from your car. Well, what do we know now?
I'm shocked.
Me too.
Because we've driven both of them,
Yeah.
Mine was off the road for a week while we did the
Air conditioning.
air conditioning condenser, and I don't notice a lot of difference. And to be fair, my gut, having driven them both, was that in the dry, these are so soft that I thought it would certainly hold its own. I even thought it would beat it.
Did you?
And that is alarming.
Yes, I mean that's exactly double the distance to stop at 70 kilometres an hour.
In the dry. So anyway, well, hopefully you found that as interesting as we did.
I found it very interesting. This one is a big difference, which is cool to see.
Let us know if you've got a little bit more knowledge than we have on what the difference is and why. I mean, it's obvious what the difference is, but if you know what I mean, we didn't expect it to be quite as drastic as that. Because when we've done other,
the Semprits versus the Eco Contacts we did a long time ago, there wasn't much of a difference. They were an all-season tyre.
And also the BF Goodrich we had on our trucks. I even thought they were better than what was on there.
They weren't huge.
You went from Good Ride to BF Goodrich, and I thought the BF Goodrich gripped better.
Yeah, me too.
We didn't do this.
No, we didn't.
But this is fascinating.
It is.
We're waffling on too long.
Yep.
Any comments greatly received, and I say we'll rerun this when mine are on, but that's going to be a week or so. But we'll put a little follow-up one if anyone's interested.
Okay.
But obviously, I think most people who own a Panda have thought at one time or another of putting these
them
tyres on.
Absolutely. So hopefully you found it interesting. We sure did, and we'll catch you in the next video. And please like, comment, and subscribe.
That looks so quick. Wow, that's a big, big, big difference.
One day I'll change.